Let's do some more modular arithmetic. All right, so remember what we established from the previous video. We have a relation on the integers that says that any two integers are related if they have the same remainder when divided by 5. And in the previous video, I showed you that another way to write this is to write this with this funny notation: A is congruent to B mod 5. So here these are all just three different ways of saying the same thing. Now, R, of course, could be a different relation in some other context, so you don't want to confuse ARB with always meaning this. But in any case, we've defined A is related to B to mean A and B have the same remainder when divided by 5. And usually, because this is such an important relation, we give it a special name. So instead of using this, we use that. All right, so now let's look at, for example, 2 divided by 5. Okay, 2 divided by 5, let's see, let's do that now. Let's do the math there. 2 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go into 2? Well, it doesn't go in any times. It goes in 0 times. 0 times 5 is 0. Subtract, you get 2. So your remainder is 2. Now remember from the previous video, we found that 17 divided by 5, we did that. Let's see, 17 divided by 5, 3 times, 15, subtract, you get 2. Your remainder is 2. Right, so both 2 and 17 have the same remainder, which is 2, when divided by 5. So that means that 17 is related to 2. Okay, now remember that we can write it like this. So that actually means that 17 is congruent to 2 mod 5. Now, remember, why do we say this? Why do we say that 17 is congruent to 2 mod 5? We say that 17 is congruent to 2 mod 5 because both 17 and 2 have the same remainder when divided by 5. That remainder, in fact, is 2. So let's see. So let's say you had a problem like this on the homework. 17 is congruent to, and then you have to fill in this box. You don't know what goes there. Mod 5. And they say in the homework that this number here has to be a number, has to be one of the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, so we've already seen from above that what goes in there is 2. But how would you figure this out if you didn't know that? Well, you divide 17 by 5, you get a remainder of 2, and that answer just goes right there. Okay, so that's what you would put there. So 17 is congruent to 2 mod 5. Why? Because when you divide 17 by 5, the remainder is 2. Another situation you might see is something like 32 is congruent to what? Mod 5. Well, that's easy to solve. All you got to do is say, okay, let's see. 5 divides into 32. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract, you get a remainder of 2. That's your answer right there. It's 2. It's your remainder when you divide by 5. That's all you got to do for those. Okay, so now notice that when you divide 0 by 5, it goes in 0 times and your remainder is 0. I'll let you do the math for that. Same thing for 1. It goes in 0 times and your remainder is 1. Same thing for 2, as we've already seen. 0, remainder 2. 3, goes in 0, remainder 3, and 4. Okay, so what this really means is that in the small world, in the world of mod 5, there are really only 5 numbers. There are only the 5 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means that, let's say this inside this set here, this is the set of all integers mod 5, there's really only 5 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so when you have problems like this on the homework, let's see. 105 is congruent to what? Mod 5. All you got to do to get the answer is 105 divided by 5. Let's see, it goes into 2 times. So you get 10, subtract, you get 0, bring down the 5. 5 goes into there 1 time. Do the math. 1 times 5 is 5, subtract, you get 0. Remainder is 0. So that means that 105 is the same as 0 mod 5. 105 equals 0 mod 5. 105 and 0 have the same remainder when dividing by 5. And that remainder is 0. Okay, let's see, 123. Let's do 123 is congruent to what? Mod 5. Now you could do this math with 123 divided by 5. We could do all that. Another way, let me show you another way to do it. So 123, this is, let's see, this is 100 plus 20 plus 3. So dividing by 5, be dividing by 5, dividing by 5, dividing by 5. Let's see, 5 goes into 100 evenly, right? You don't even have to worry about how many times it actually goes in there. But in any case, let's see, I think that's 20 times, right? 5 times 2, see, okay. 5 goes into there 4 times, but 5 doesn't go into there, right? 5 doesn't go into there, so that would mean that your remainder is 3. We can verify this real fast. Let's see, 123 divided by 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract, you get 2. Bring down the 3. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract, you get 3. Remainder is 3. That's your answer. All right, now in general, right, if we're not doing mod 5, the integers mod m, where m is an integer and m is bigger than 1, if we're just modding by m and m is an integer bigger than 1, then we have the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to m minus 1. Those are the only numbers. Mod m.